Hello, everyone, and welcome to another CommerceIQ Retail News Roundup. I'm Tim Campbell, CommerceIQ's head of industry insights, and today, just like every week, we have another 4 articles for you to read to better understand the state of retail e-commerce and to equip you and your business to succeed in the industry. So why don't we go ahead and get started here. I'll share my screen and go over these 4 articles with you. If you're interested in reading any of these articles, you can take a look in the comment or chat section of this live stream off to the right, and you'll see the links there. So this first article is taken from Entrepreneur, and it's Walmart CEO Doug McMillon says organized retail theft could lead to stores closing. And this is a pretty dramatic statement and an interesting article because, up till now, over the past several quarters, Walmart has seemed, pretty immune from a lot of the challenges facing broader retail and the broader economy. So this kind of admission that rising retail theft rates, and it gets into some good data from the NRF on how that's happening, and that it might actually lead to more store closures than would otherwise occur is pretty startling, honestly. And a bit eye-opening. So a good article that reviews that and I think goes through Walmart's thinking on that. Walmart has closed over 100 U.S. stores in the past several years, and this might actually accelerate the pace of closings. And of course, closings, nothing, not a stranger in the world of retail over the past several years, but to see it accelerating now, especially after Walmart has been doing so well. Has been doing so well in terms of keeping its growth and garnering more sales from higher income shoppers in the face of a potential recession looming. That is pretty striking. The second article here is Amazon enriches shopping experience with Inspire launch. So this is kind of the ongoing saga in retail of different players trying to get in on the growth that TikTok is experiencing and trying to convert that, as well as TikTok itself trying to convert that into e-commerce sales growth. And Amazon kind of adding in its own feature in the mix here. Inspire basically kind of allows a new crop of Amazon influencers to showcase merchandise, showcase things that can be bought. And because, of course, Amazon is an e-commerce platform, rather than going to a third party or just a separate site altogether, the shopper or the viewer can actually buy that product directly, within the same platform, within the same app, within the same really just one click away. So a very integrated e-commerce experience that ties that into influencers and video content in a way that is kind of unavailable to a lot of other players like Instagram or even TikTok, just because they don't have that e-commerce background built up as much. So we'll see how that does. Of course, interesting to also note that I think existing efforts to tie in live streaming shopping or just influencer video-based shopping in the US has been less than successful up until now. So, this will kind of have to break a trend if it has success versus, say, in Asia, where, those trends have been much more successful tying in directly to e-commerce. The third article here is from Payments, and it's restaurants lead 8.1% rise in retail sales in November. So despite the threat of ongoing inflation and a potential recession, even as employers potentially pull back on hiring and some layoffs are occurring, what's actually happening is that consumers are still spending. They're still spending 8.1% for the month of November. Very strong overall. So good article on that too. And the last article here is really more of a headline, but it's cash retail payments halved last year as e-commerce sales soared. And this data is particular to Britain. And really interesting data here, because to see, cash payments halved, to see just shoppers doing more, with whether it's, credit or debit, that can have an impact on their spending patterns. And one thing that's been really interesting to see just globally is the rise of buy now, pay later apps. And I don't think that these two facts are unrelated. And of course, that could lead to unsustainable spending patterns. And Britain, as we talked about in the past on these, they're saying higher inflation in the US, as well as lower or outright decline in their retail sales growth. So, this could be a harbinger of difficult times as well with reduced cash payments. That about sums us up for this just brief few minutes to go over these 4 articles. Again, if you like any of the ones that I have reviewed, you can just check out the comments off to the side. There are 4 articles there with links. And it's my pleasure to present to you, and I hope to present again to you soon. And we'll have just a great rest of your week.